like obviously be grateful for the things that you have found in the world, and that like destiny has opened these opportunities. Being able to like be grateful in yourself to say like, I was smart enough to make this move, or I was hardworking enough to make this change and that change. Because honestly, being like a human, you are sometimes your biggest critic, and I know this for myself because I am my biggest critic. When I self-reflect, I'm always like, okay, I did this thing, I did this thing, I did this thing, and all these things were wrong, and I should have done it better in this way, or I could have been better in that way, and I could have been better in that way. And it's so detrimental to your mindset when you're just thinking about all the bad things and like all the good, or all the bad things that you need to improve on. Because that's used to be the way I used to reflect. Like, I need to keep pushing. Like, I need to study more, I need to sleep less, I need to work out more. Like, all the things that I could improve on, which don't get me wrong, you do need to like look at those and be like, okay, how am I going to be a better person? But also just and this is honestly something I'm still working on, and is to self-reflect in a positive way, where I'm meditating and thinking about the greatness in myself and the strides I've made, not just the strides I can continue to make. Because one, it is detrimental, like if you just think of all the negatives, and two, your mindset, like this is one thing, like I've always like kept to myself, but like always know it's true, is like your mindset can play such a big role in your happiness, in your future, in your career, in your present day. Like how you position your mind, like to think of things, how you position your mind to put perspective on things, to act on things, like that's gonna play a huge influence into the rest of your days. Because it's really important that you have a balanced mindset with like, yes, positivity and like looking forward to things I can do, but making sure it's in a healthy way. Because you can reflect all you want, but if you're gonna continue like how I used to do, which is just like nitpick, and honestly I still sometimes do, you're never gonna be able to give yourself that pat on the back and be like, okay, I'm doing great, I'm doing better than okay. I can breathe, I can relax one day and know that my whole life will fall apart the next. So reflecting in a positive manner, or in a constructive manner, that doesn't just like degrade your whole being. Because we can be our biggest critics.
Yeah. I mean, and I think one of the things that also ties into like self-worth, and that a lot of Latinos have, and Latinos and minorities have a lot of trouble with, is that there is a saying in our communities, it's like, tienes que recordarte de tus raíces, like, which is remember where you come from, and also being humble. And so I guess that's like the main, is turn around here in our video, which is, we're going to be talking about like the Humbel Cruse, which is ties into imposter syndrome, affects how we reflect, and it affects how we appreciate ourselves at the end of the day. And so what we're referring to here is a lot of what communities say, and the Latino communities and minority communities in general, is always remember where you come from, your Humbel Cruse, and you're always constantly looking back like, oh yeah, this is where I come from, I can't do as much as this because like, you know, this is good, this is real good right here, I got ahead, so that's it. You know, you put a cap on your dreams just by doing that. Yes, remember where you come from, and remember, like, money isn't everything and all that, but if that's not all you can do, don't let that stop you from achieving more. Don't be afraid to achieve even more than what you already have, because you're putting your own cap on your own dreams. Yes, remember where you come from and all that, appreciate that to the max, and never forget that. But don't let it stop you. Don't be like, oh, now I work here, or now I'm at this position in my life, or this situation in my life, so now, oh, that's humble enough. You know what I mean? It's just, don't put caps on your own dreams, and don't let other people put caps on your dreams.
The other way that like the Humbel Cruse has kind of affected me is like, yes, like the idea of like, remember where you came from. But for me, it's played out more in like the workforce or in like the career side of things, because I think when I think about humility and being humble, it's always like, okay, like I've done great things, but I'm not going to flaunt it, I'm not going to brag about it, I'm not going to like speak on it, because to speak on it would be to be rubbing it in your face that I did those things.
Not being humble.
Yeah, I did those things and you didn't. Or like I did those things and these things are like not the ordinary or not the standard to do in my community. So I'm like showing off to my community or my like family or like my spaces. But that really like is also another factor like fighting the imposter syndrome is like being able to speak on the things that I've done, being able to speak on the projects that have been successful, being able to speak on my success and speak on that in a manner that says like, yes, I've been able to do this, I'm doing this, and like for XYZ reasons, like you should acknowledge my credit, my worth, and like why I deserve to get a promotion, why I deserve to get put on a different project, why I deserve to get higher raise or stuff like that. Like this idea of being humble has been so ingrained that like speaking about any form of success in any way gives me some sort of like guilt that like I'm showing off. And has even like created kind of like a barrier that I've slowly had to break down.
But if you think about it, it also creates a barrier within ourselves, within our own communities, because we're always afraid to show off, or we're always afraid, quote unquote, show off, or always afraid to show kind of what we succeeded in life. And it creates a gap in our own communities to show, to empower each other, to be each other's role models. So when are we going to get out ahead?
Yeah, to have that representation, and I think that's where the Humbel Cruse really is at, is like the fact that you can't speak on your success doesn't allow for anybody else to see it. It doesn't allow for that representation to like let another little girl say like, I also want to work in XYZ industry. I want to be a professional in this sort of service. And I think it also comes back to like honestly just like I'm gonna speak for our culture and our traditions of like the idea that people are always trying to like one up you. And I feel like that's some healing our communities need to do. And again, I'm speaking for the communities we need to come from, not from like the broader Latino community. Our communities need to come to is like whenever something good happens, like another family or another neighbor or another like relative, somebody's like, oh, but I did this thing better, or my daughter does this thing, or my daughter does this thing, and it does come from like the vicious cycle of chismeando, you know? Like sometimes it is playful, but other times it's so common to like knock each other down, or so common to want to one-up each other instead of supporting, uplifting, and empowering each other, that this culture of chismes, this culture of domingueando, and who can like, you know, who has the best car. Yeah, it's envidia. It's like envidia is like greed of that, and that's something that our communities, we personally know, haven't healed from. The fact that like if one person is going to higher places, is succeeding, is
We
pushing
need to
forward,
push each other forward.
the other person can't, and that is like a false narrative. That is something we definitely are trying to like break in our communities, because our whole idea is like it's okay if one person like goes up, it's okay if one person graduates, it's okay. But what's more beautiful is when you bring other people with you, and when you continue this generation of wealth, this generation of empowerment, this generation that builds social capital within one another.
That continues to break these barriers, the ones that we're talking about imposter syndrome, about working on self-worth, about having a sense of community, a sense of acceptance.
Yeah, and it all starts within your own circles, whether it be your family circles, your friend circles, your neighborhood, wherever it is, and that's definitely something we wanna continue
To do,
yeah, and to like break this humble curse, to break the imposter syndrome. Like, yes, be humble, but yes, be able to speak on those things, and yes, be able to tell the younger generation that you can do it too, and I want you to do it too, because I'm gonna help you do it by giving you advice, by giving you knowledge of these scholarships, knowledge of like these resources, opportunity, or just someone to like come to vent to, or someone to like help you guide through with that.
Because although I know that we didn't grow up with a community, and I know a lot of people do, but also there's other students and all other individuals just like us out there all around the world that don't have a sister, don't have someone to come to. We want to create a space that allows individuals who don't have a guidance to kind of self-reflect and give them a sense of like advice and a space where they can feel like they feel connected as well. Because if we're gonna do this together, then we have to do it all together as a community and empower each other in every way.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of where we are in the mindset of the Humbel Cruse and imposter syndrome, of the power of self-worth. But I think this video really exemplifies kind of what we're trying to do with our platform, with like dos jefas, with like our YouTube channel and our Instagram account. Is this isn't really so much about us, but us trying to break this curse, us trying to break this generational harm of not being there for one another, of chismeando, of envidia, of not creating resources within ourselves, because we want our Latino communities to grow, starting from like our own close-knit communities, but to like share that with other spaces. And I hope you guys enjoy this video.